Hey guys, good morning. It is June 10th, 2022. And today we're going to be in Genesis chapter 34, verse 7 through verse 8 through Genesis chapter 34, verse 17. Um, Remember, Jacob made a decision, and his daughter kind of dealt with the consequences of that decision. So we're gonna start in verse 8. Hamor tried to speak with Jacob and his sons. My son Shechem is truly in love with your daughter, he said. Please let him marry her. In fact, let's arrange other marriages too. You give us your daughters for our sons, and we will give you our daughters for your sons. And you may live among us. The land is open to you. Settle here and trade with us, and feel free to buy property in the area. Then Shechem himself spoke to Dinah's father and brothers. Please be kind to me. Let me marry her, he begged. I will give you whatever you ask for. No matter what the dowry or gift you demand, I will gladly pay it. Just give me the girl as my wife. But since Shechem had defiled their sister, Dinah, Jacob's sons, responded defectively to Shechem and his father Hamor. They said to him, we cannot possibly allow this because you're not circumcised. It would be a disgrace for our sister to marry a man like you. But here is the solution. If every man among you will be circumcised like we are, then we will give you our daughters and we'll take your daughters for ourselves. We will live among you and become one people. But if you don't agree to be circumcised, we will take her and be on our way. What? What is going on? Okay, so we're going to break this down a little bit. This seems really... What? Jacob's sons are furious about what happened. Now, I want to kind of jump to the bottom before we jump to the top. They're talking about circumcision. And you may be like, what does that have to do with anything? But do you remember what Abraham did? Abraham, in the covenant with God, God told him to get circumcised because that will set him apart and set his descendants apart from everyone else. So Jacob's sons are saying, you get circumcised or no go. And it may seem odd because why would this be a thing? Jacob is circumcised. Jacob circumcised his children. Isaac, his father, was circumcised. So was Abraham. You see the pattern here? Jacob was set apart for God. So they're kind of sitting here and putting them in a catch-22. They're saying, if you do this, if you circumcise yourself, if you agree to have this done, and if you do it, then we will give you what you want. Now, I don't know about you, but most people are not going to agree with this unless they believe in God. So they're sitting here and saying, what? You defiled my sister. So they bring it up. You defiled my sister. You did this. Now I'm going to tell you what you have to do. And remember, Shechem's like, I'll pay any price. I'll give you anything. And back then, to marry a woman, to marry a girl, the man would pay a price to the father. Whether it was whatever the case may be. They paid that dowry to the father to get the girl as his wife. And it seems a little old school because it is old school. Now remember, this is 6,000 plus years ago, so we are talking old school. But They didn't just say, yeah, sure, take my sister. No, they pointed it out. They said, you messed up. Why are we going to do this if you did this to our sister? And here's my question for you. And this may seem a little distant from the scripture, but it's not. Where are you ready to circumcise your life? Now, don't mistake what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is, what are you willing to give up to set yourself apart for God? What is that dream? What is that thing? What is that sin? What is that whatever that you're willing to say, I can't do this, I don't want this, I'm giving it up. Done. Over with. Because I want to be submissive to God. Just like Jacob and Isaac and Abraham and all the sons of Jacob, when they got circumcised, they gave something up. Like, let's just be real about that. They gave something up. And it wasn't like they were babies. No, they weren't. Abraham wasn't a baby. He did this because he wanted to be set apart from God. What is it that you want? What is it that you know God is telling you to get rid of? Will you give that to God? Will you circumcise your life for God? So I hope today you see Jesus in all you do. And I hope today you see God's promise all around you. And I hope you have a wonderful Friday. Bye.